And hello everyone, this is Welteran and this is No Man's Sky. It's Sunday and this is going to be one time off. I haven't done so yet, but I am going to cancel my streams for the next week and a couple of days more than that. As I'm going on holiday. I will then be back and have 1 day of streaming on the 3rd of May. And then I will be off some days again because I'm moving. And until I have everything in order with the internet and stuff, I will have a little break. But I will try to keep my Twitch page updated with news on when I will be returning streaming again. With a little bit of luck, it will be 8 maybe, but I will not say anything on directly, but there will be some days where I won't be streaming, so yeah, that's the thing. And I can see my hard node has become mature, which means that we will get the next living ship mission as well. So that's good. And one word of warning: if you're doing this mission, make sure you keep the things for the ship. Don't sell them. So our first round is always the frigates, and that will, as usual, be what we start with. I just need to double check that everything is fine. I made some chromatic metal last time, which means I have a whole full stack here as well. Okay. So we have space and everything is fine. So let's get the show started and see what we can get around today. That's what we get out of our missions. Coins. This is a trade one, so should mainly be coins, but you never really know what actually comes out of them. And that's what I think is the fun part of the frigate missions. I'm sorry, there's some barking. My dog is very excited today for some reason, and I don't know why, but she's been like that all day. So if there is barking, it's nothing to be concerned of. I'm not going to be eaten by dogs. Talk about that. You need to learn to close the door after you, little dog. Otherwise I can hear the TV. Go close door. That she's not doing. No, that's okay. You can be in here with me, but I would prefer if we close the door a little bit. Okay. So if you close the door a little bit, then I don't want to be here. Bye. And she'll be back in 5 minutes. It's going to be one of those days, I believe. So that's streaming with pets for you. Another trade one, I had a number of them, so that yeah, as I said, it gives a lot of coins most of the time, so that is actually fine. I don't mind that, but I do like the surprises you get, something exciting. But yeah, so there's a lot of coins here, so that is, and even for a medium one it was quite generous. Nearly 3 million coins. I am not going to complain about that whatsoever. There was the third trade one, which is relatively short. That's a separate frigate module. That's good for most. Can't really use them anymore, but maybe one day. Then 1.2 million. So the last one, I believe, was a balanced one, relatively long. No, that was not relatively long. There's a little bit of different trade stuff and a surprise. So all in all, quite a good run. So that one, 600,000 words. Happy with that. That one, 1.1 million. That one, 162,000. That was not so much, but yeah, it's okay. That is for the starship. That is as well. This goes for now there. That one goes. I have a stack somewhere. So go and send off new missions. I should have enough fuel to send everything. So I'm quite happy with that. So there is trade combat, another trade, and 2 balanced. I would be a little bit concerned because 2 of them is very long. They won't be back if I was streaming tomorrow, but I'm not. I have to prepare to travel Tuesday. So let's send the longest off first. So I only need to put 3 of these on, and take a support, and an industrial. Then there was a long trade. Actually, I can do that with 3 as well. I can send a combat with that and a support. Yeah. The other trade. take a combat more and exploration. That one is a balance. It should preferably have one of each. And now I'm actually lacking a trait because well, I'm sure that would be fine. I need one more. What has the highest trait? 10, 17. So it became 5-star. So that is absolutely fine. So from here it's our normal farming run. I just have to check. I can't remember if I put something in last time. I didn't. No, I took it out again. That was the chromatic metal. So we are going to teleport around and gather all our farm materials. And that is going to take us through a lot of different galaxies, but luckily the base teleporter works anywhere you go, so that is the good thing. Come on, get away. Need to talk to our Korvax in the base because he is disconnected, so he wants information on different things, and when you give it to him, he will give you some nanites, which is nice. I do have a little bit that I take anything I can get, and I am a notorious hoarder, and that you will see if you follow me. And the thing is, I very often have way too much resources in stock, and I have to sit and cry a little bit when I try to figure out what to sell. So let me give the normal rules. They are, if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat. I am happy to help with things regarding the game. Also, if I do things different than you, for instance, do, feel free to comment on it and ask. There might be an explanation why I do as I do. Sometimes we can learn from each other. I learn things as well. I know a lot of tricks and tips. I'm very good at the survival part most of the time.
Technology recharge.
I do die sometimes, but I almost have to say that's how it is. You can get into situations where you do take the wrong choice. I do that. I'm as anyone else playing games. Unfortunately, sometimes I got this. And then realized that was not entirely the case. So if you notice, I walk around with my E key pressed down because it just grabs kind of randomly what it gets into target. And I find that is the quickest way to do it. Might be wrong, but when you play alone and it's only you, it doesn't matter at all whether it's quick or slow. It is really up to you yourself whether you want to do things one way or another. That was the wrong one. Dihydrogen crystals is something I have to pick up because I use it to make frigate fuel with, and without that and tritium, then it's going to be very boring to try to send anything out on missions. So that means in between I have to farm a little bit of both parts. Tritium is asteroid belts in space, so that very often comes naturally when you end up in one, and you just kind of take a lump sum of them. Dihydrogen you have to find on planets, and they exist on all planet types, so it's not difficult to pick them up, but it can be a lot of running sometimes. You know what? It annoys me I don't have any light. This one that has light. Yep, that one, yeah. So this is one of the stations where I don't actually have enough power. So I should really do something about that. I actually don't know if I have. So this is storing at the moment. Actually have light. Why don't I have light? So at least now I have light on the door, because that was what annoyed me. I couldn't see the door. I kept running into the window for some reason. And that feels a little bit silly to do that. So back to using the chat. Everyone can ask questions. You don't have to be a follower. I do appreciate people following me, but it's not mandatory. If you need help with the game, I am actually happy to help out no matter what, if I can. There is of course a possibility that there are questions I can't answer. I will not call myself a No Man's Sky expert. I'm seasoned, but there are areas where I absolutely suck. And I will tell you so if you ask me things about things I actually don't really know. Because I do not believe in bullshitting people and pretend to know everything and say, just do this. And when you're sitting playing and you're doing it, you die a horrible death. That's not really me. If I'm just to help someone, I sincerely want to help them, not to get them into trouble. Why am I not getting it? There I go. Sometimes it's actually not taken the target where you're pointing. You see here I'm actually pointing on that and it took it. So there is a little bit of trickery in this sometimes. So some radon. The other one is indium. And I haven't been here for a bit, so maybe there is some. No, there is not. But the dihydrogen has come back, so. And that's the thing. Things grow back, so even though I'm going to take it now, then in roughly a week's time, it's fully back. And that one I have killed many times and it keeps coming back as well. And that's how the game works. It does refill the resources and stuff again over time. Same as you will see your base being overgrown from time to time, especially if you don't use it for a while. I have had bases that suddenly had a tree growing in it because I didn't actually notice. I didn't visit the base for quite a long time. So some of these plants are repeats, but some of them gives less than others, so it's kind of what has encouraged me to put up a little bit extra on this base, and it's not like I have to, but kind of find it nice to getting that extra. You see, something is growing back into the base. So that was all the farming bases. And then, of course, I have Dave's Dump, which is a small base I made just where I jumped into the Kikol galaxy, but that was very close to the core, so I quickly jumped onto the Eltiensleen galaxy, where we are kind of just moving towards the center slowly and doing missions, doing the living ship mission. That is kind of the priorities right now. I know I could find some Sentinel Interceptors, but I have no rush doing that, because it's it will happen at some point. So I just put over on the freighter for now, and then in the end of today I will then clean up there. So I have, no I don't. That one I already put over. I have those. They can go and be sold because I have a lot of them. The thing is, I get both from this and that, and from the frigate missions as well, so sometimes it really quickly fill up. Have to double check whether I have any missions. I have no idea. I have a feeling that is the one where it wants me to build a Nautilus. I have no intention of doing that at this point. I have one with killing Sentinel quads. I will do that as they appear. So an A and a C ship. Think we should go and find a new system. You see here is an asteroid belt, and you can actually choose to farm a little bit in that. Don't fly into them, you will harm your ship. That was stupid, but and if you take a little bit here and there, you actually will be fine. I hit a trading ship, so if I return the fire, I will get sentinels on me, or authorities, which I'm not too interested in doing. So I can just do this. take my emergency jump. I mean, I have to repair it, but hopefully that will be fine. I'm coming into a freighter battle. It was not what I hoped for, but that we can at least deal with. Still don't understand this ramming mentality. Small world of tanks. Don't fly in front of me, you two, you muppet. Ship in range, and then I look at it and it's out of range.
Hostile ships approaching.
So I'm very cautious not to shoot the freighter because again, then I will be the villain and that is not really good. Same as don't hit the space station. So, get a reward. That's always good.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Where is on the other side? Of course it is. It's always on the other side. A little trick is look for the icon for the freighter, because that is always sitting where the hangar entrance is. So if you're struggling finding them, then that's what you need to look for. To see something before I continue. So this is a B freighter. That's not even tempting, so that will be reward only. I'm not even going to look at it because it would be dismal compared to the one we have. So getting the gold is actually good because I need that for the repair I have to make. ICC fighter. Not useful. So, using the emergency warp unit means that I will have to repair it, and that goes every time you use it. I need to make a warp cell. I hardly use warp cells anymore, so I only use them to top up when I do galaxy jumps. Jesus, that freighter is very loud. It sounded like they had wild animals on it. At some point, the living ship part will send me somewhere to do a mission. It comes kind of random after a while. So I hope I'm in a system I haven't been before. So I will take a round. It's co-work system. It could be I've been here before because I don't know where I end up when I use the emergency warp unit. A B class, not anything overly interesting. Again, if you see something you would like to pursue, the ship of your dreams, I will only put the coordinates on screen if it's S-class. If it's anything else and you want to, then quickly write me in chat and I will tell you where I am and how to get there. That's what they're selling in this system. Oh, I actually buy tritium because when I forget to farm it, then it's actually quite good to just have it. That one is up in plus. That one is in plus. That is not for sale. That one is in plus, good. They are in plus. That is in plus. That is in plus. And I had some suspicious packets. You get them when you fight, and I don't always notice. But beware that if you have them in your cargo hold, they might attract the attention of the authorities. So just saying, keep an eye. I do move things off if they are not for sale. Except gold and gold, silver and platinum, I keep them because of the farming of asteroids during the session. Then no need to sit constantly and move over. If I get into I don't have enough space, yeah, then of course I will do it. Notice there was one more I didn't take. Another thing I tend to forget is actually to sell upgrades I don't want. So you just go to the sell button, and then I have a blue, a purple, a green, and a blue. I don't want them, so they go. Might have been an interesting ship, but didn't get to scan it. I'm still pursuing to see which one I fill up the words with first. See, there's a traveler. If I talk to him twice, he will tell me where his grave is. If I pay 100 nanites, you always have to pay the 100 nanite price. And that will give you a glyph and something to help you on your way. As I have all glyphs, I don't need them, so I kind of ignore the travelers. So what missions do we have today? Is it good or bad ones? Money, salvage data, money, salvage frigate module, and some food stuff. I'll always hope that when I get food stuff like this, I could kind of retro design them, but that is not how it works. So, but I take this one because that normally brings you to a trading post on the planet, and at least that's good for trade. And when you start standing with the 3 guilds, go and talk to these guys, they will always give you gifts. And they are, of course, a lottery what you get, but some is good, some is not good. And it is, as I say, a lottery what you get. But my philosophy is, it's free, I take whatever they give me, and hallelujah. But something has more value than other things, no doubt about that. So, we need to find a disappeared person. This can sometimes be a little bit tricky because the one who has information about them might want something, and you never know what that's going to be. It can be easy or hard. And the thing is, I will say, if you want to pick up things, then do it before you talk to him, because there might be a time on And that timer can sometimes be very tricky and very low. I have had the timer as low as 1 minute and 20 seconds. And when you get that, you don't want to fiddle around with other things. You just want to get going and get it done with. So whatever you want to pick up, do it before you talk to the question mark. You know, some games that would be a quest giver. Oh, that's one of them. Oh, there's an Wikipedia as well. And yeah, I ignored the ignore the carbon from the plants because that is not really, it's giving so little, so if you want carbon, there is other ways to get it. So the same goes in the building. Pick up everything you want before you talk to the guy. That is very often nanites. There are this guy to talk to. He is selling blueprints and components. The blueprints, unfortunately, I can't use, but I always look, what does he have? Is there anything interesting and cheap? Very often it's a no from me, but that's for other reasons. And there's also a multi-tool, take a look at it. Sell and buy before you talk to him. I'm going to buy because that's what I do. And I buy everything which is -30 or lower, and will sell it eventually. It might not be straight away, but it can sit for quite a while sometimes before you get rid of it. But it's for earning money, nothing else. He did not want anything good. There's 8 minutes, that's not too bad. So 8 minutes, and I don't know any time on that. Why? 11 minutes, so that is not going to be straight flight, it's going to be up and down. Because otherwise I will be in time trouble. But it is at a trade post, as I suspected. So it says in an approximate location. That means it wants me to go out and look for the trading post. Luckily, trading post is normally very visible, and if it isn't, I'm actually going to scan for it. There it is. That's the advantage having an economy scanner, then you can always scan for trading post. I came in a little bit too fast there. And then here I'm doing the opposite. Before I do anything, I go and talk to the guy. And then after that, I will have to go to a space station to hand it in, but then I have all the time in the world and don't need to stress around. I can go and I can scan the ships and see is there anything interesting. Something just flew off. And I can go and see if there's any boxes. Yeah, there is. Which I do like to take. Why? Because it's free. It's free stuff. Why would you not get free stuff? There's more down there. There's some down there. Go down to that. No, we can't. I missed the platform. Not the first time and probably not the last time either. Remember to check your shielding that you are not going too far down so you start being affected by the environment. I keep an eye down on mine in the left hand corner because I can see there where we are. More ships coming. Trading stations very often have very interesting ships, but can be a little bit difficult to actually find them. So there's some over here as well. And yeah, it's not overly valuable things, but everything I get easy, I don't have to grind for later on or manufacture. So I also have to remember just to check if they have more of any of the things. They actually do. So let's take those. And here is just under 30%, but I will still take it because I'm going to earn money on it anyway. Be careful with things like this. Oh, it says minus 10%. Buy for 37,000. Standard sales price for Aronium is 25,000. So know your prices so you don't fall into some sort of trap. If you want to earn money, you need to know what you will earn money on. There's a lot of A, B, and C's here. Metal fingers. It is one thing I can't ignore. Another thing is I should really be scanning animals as well. Because that's a nice addition to your money. I think scanning is one of the things which gives me most income. Especially because you actually don't think you're doing much and then that was not much that animal gave. That means it's a very common one. Oh well. I was out to see Metal Fingers. Metal Fingers is a rare resource composition where you actually get a lot of that resource from one finger. The only thing here is there is sentinels. There's one over there, but that is at a building. So that means that building is protected for some reason. So it's either a depot or a manufacturing plant. So Metal Fingers always give gold or uranium. I haven't seen anything else. I don't know if they can appear as others. Just be aware, the longer you use your mining laser, the bigger is the chance that sentinels will appear. If they do, you have to be smart. But you can see 478 uranium in one finger. It's not bad. So that means I will have a lot of uranium. And gold is always useful because that is used in different compositions to repairing ships and stuff like that. You saw I needed gold for my emergency warp. Happens all the time. Down there is a predator I haven't scanned. How do I know it's a predator? That's a good question. I actually don't know, but it's more how it moved around. So this is peaceful, living from rotting fruit, so it's probably not a predator. Well, I would say certain type of animals have certain type of how they move and so on. You learn that over time. And if you see them, you might want to just keep an eye on them. So there's floating crystals that I'm also going to take because they are good. They come out as glowing minerals, and then you have to investigate them. For now, I'm just leaving them as glowing minerals. I will not investigate them until in the end, because they will only take up one stack here. If I investigate them, they might end up in one slot each of them, because they are all different. And again, as I said, keep an eye on your shielding. You don't want to suddenly be dying and then sentinels comes and start shooting at you and you then are dead. That would be a little bit of a shame, wouldn't it? I mean, if you go and die, it's not the end of the world, but it's an annoyance, and yeah. Just saying, I don't like to die, and it is actually no matter what game I play. I hate when that ends up like that. Some unknown materials there. Just scan them to get a little bit extra coins. Have I actually scanned here? 5 out of 11. Then we are far from that. That's fine. Yeah, I could have run back to the train station, but I'm too lazy to do that. That was where there was sentinels. It's a manufacturing facility. A squad. Doesn't seem to be a walker, so I'm hitting something which is kind of stupid. It's another thing I'm very good at. I could just jump to the next system and go to and hand it in there. That wouldn't be a problem, but I kind of like doing it where when I have some, then just get rid of them, because then it's over and done with. This one is just giving coins, so nothing exciting. Yeah, 500,000 coins are not bad, but So you could see what came up then. Nothing I find interesting. So on to the next system, I would say. Oh, now my animals are playing or fighting. Or boat. So on to the next system and see what happens there. At some point the egg will start vibrating and give some coordinates to a place I need to go. So it's humming now, but nothing exciting. As of yet. So I have a lot of things to trade. And I actually got the gold in here as well. So what I do while I'm running around, I actually refine some of the things which need refining, so I don't have to sit in the end of my sessions to do it, whether it's on stream or in normal gameplay. I actually like to do it like this because it doesn't feel as bad as you're sitting for half an hour after you finish playing to actually sort things out. Let's see who wants it to. Boring. Oh, what do you want to sell me? He was not happy getting sodium. It's one I haven't really decoded. Those very cheap wiring looms. I just have so many in stock, so... So is there anything we can sell? Kicknippers, plus. Everything else looks very red, and that's quite normal, to be honest. You have to get to the proper technology level systems to sell, but then when you do, there's a lot of money to be had. And then you will see that I have paid way less money than I will get out of it. Which is actually quite good. It's a good way of earn money doing it that way. But you need to make sure you have space to kind of fill up constantly. Because if you can't do that, you don't get proper amounts, and more is kind of better, because the more you have, the more you sell, the more you sell, the more you earn. I'm sure the gigs will agree with me here. So I just chucked that on the freighter for now. And I know I got more of rusted metal, so I'll just put that on as well and just keep having it boiling in the background while I do other things. That and it's a B. Sea Explorer is kind of an interesting build, and it's a hauler. Haulers are the lorries of space, and they can have a lot of stuff on them when they are filled up with the storage slots. Scan. Scan. It's sometimes funny, but you can receive very few units from things, and up to quite hefty. But when you get gifts by alien races, it's rarely a lot when you get coins units. Oh. So the missions here, are they better? No. I'm not overly interested in coinage. If I'm to raid a planetary harvester, I want a proper reward. 375 nanites is a little bit low for me. Deliver an item. I'll take that, because that will bring me to a trade station somewhere. Might be in another system, so be. So I got 482 nanites in as a gift from the guild, where a mission which involves being shot at by sentinels would only give me 300 and something. So always consult and make sure that your risk and reward is in sync. So I'm going to find a trading post, because if anything else fails, I trade. I'm actually not trading only to earn money. Yeah, earning money is nice, but it's more a little bit of shit. No, it's not a little bit of shit, but it's a little bit of a challenge to myself to see how well I actually can do. Landed very alternative on the footbridge. Okay. Someone will probably launch a complaint against me. So all these things which is minus, take that as well. I will earn money on it, so the thing is I already have that from 3 planets, so I'm just going to just get more, really. Oh, there it was. Couldn't get a check on it, so I was a little bit concerned whether I was going to get it or not. So A-Order B shuttle. Someone parked the ship very weirdly. But yeah, I take pretty much everything I can, especially when it's free. That's boxes up here as well, so why not? Sometimes the shadows are more scary than the animals itself. Fighter, and there's an explorer, and something was there. What's that? Looks like flying centipedes. Okay. So I was told to go to another system for that delivery. I will of course do that. Very close to a asteroid there. So I will go to the space station first anyway. Problem is they will see the value of the things I have on me is always very high, so they will always attempt to attack me if they can. I can try to deflect the scan, but can't always be bothered, and then I just fight them. In the end, it's normally more stuff you get out of it. Standing, it's actually not too bad. A B class. There's a bartender. What is he sticking with? Not useful. So it's all the stuff here, all the prices. So let's see if we can sell anything. There is these, there is these, there is these. So it gave a little bit of income, which is good. What's in here? A workshop. So it's limited things, but there's always a little bit. So, better remember this when we have the opportunity.
Technology recharge.
So even though I always say use the most expensive because you use less, I'm actually in the situation I have so much carbon at the moment, so I'm trying to use a little bit of that. Because There's a lot of explorers here, but that's an A, that's not a hauler, and that is a B explorer. Possessions. That sounds like a gag word, but small negotiation, disaster, visitor. Visitor. It's, yeah. Modules. Okay, they gave me nanites, which is not bad. There's another traveler. It seems like there's much more travelers in the galaxies beyond the start one, so yeah. Jesus. I will say my amount of good rewards has really gone down lately. So, yeah. Let me see. I was tempted to say you can get that anywhere. So, yeah, do we want to go there? Slowly descend. Just feel some more coffee in my cup. Put some more speed on. Let's get a green light. Come on. And this is another missing person, so it's the same thing that goes. This is a toxic planet, so I just checked that my shielding was full up, and it was. So there's an animal. again, god damn it. There's only 5 here, so getting number 4 as well would not be bad. So if I come across another red dot, it means I can get some bonus nanites, which is kind of nice to take. Is there not any buildings around? They are hidden behind. Normally take this as well, because that is, after all, the nice in the end. And of course, the sentinels, I knew that, actually. They are attentive, so they should not start shooting without me shooting at something. So, let's kind of use that to our advantage as much as we can. Run around, do our stuff, leave them alone. Don't shoot at anything. Just take what I can get for free, really. Throw. Well, the thing is, pick up what you can. Don't turn the light off, there's no need for that. There's the guy we need to talk to, however. Would like to take a round in here first. Because as I said, if we go into a very short time thingy, then I don't check anything, and it's a little bit of a shame because you can get stuff. I mean, this could be an S-class. It's not, but it could be. So nanites on the wall. And I do like to buy some stuff.
Product received. Product received. Product received.
So now I will go and talk to him.
Navigation.
1 minute and 38 seconds. Oh dear. That's one which is very short. also archive that's there, so don't land on the plant, please. So we need to find him around here. He's standing there. Oh. So now I can check what else in this archive. Sea fighter. Actually rare. I have found interesting ships at the repositories, but don't have anything but that. There is a guild guy sitting and he will give me a gift when I talk to him. Four stone crystals, that's not bad. Let's even have more stuff I can buy.
Product received. Product received. Product received.
Good. And I can go to get some lore from the Kovacs if I haven't got it all. I actually don't know. Okay, there's 3 different here. So you get things about their law, and it can be useful when you test your language skills. So quickly checking if I can see any red dots. Could be there's too much noise. That's just how it is. So we've gotten a little bit to trade with. There is our living ship mission. needs to go to another system. I actually don't need the space station to hand in the quest, the mission, so what's that gift? Damn. What am I missing something? Oh, Jesus. Okay, I will have to do that because that is at that trade station. Oh, sorry. Oh. There's not even draft here. So this I just have to do before I go on the living ship mission. I almost missed that I had to do that in this system. And that's not only smart to run away then, and because it will be sitting there and telling you that it wants you to do it. So A Explorer, Sea Hauler, and A Shuttle, and a Sea Explorer. And of course, you have to go and do it where you're supposed to do it. So yeah. Boxes. I have to pick them up. I can't just leave them. That would be rude. I'm not for rude behavior. So, interesting fighter. Explore. This side I have not maybe seen before. There's a nice spider there. I like them. It's just to see though. There's some stuff over there. Up. So let's get back to space. We'll just look at that first. They were not overly interesting, so we are off to the next adventure. So, where does it want us to go? There's a lot of black holes around. Okay, I'll have to go back and click lock. Mission. God, it's a long way. So this is a system that has no owner, so to speak, and there is an abandoned space station. I do like the abandoned stations. However, I can't hand in my missions here. It's not possible because there's no one here. I do know I'm on a mission, but kind of have to do this first. And if you find abandoned stations, there's some interesting things. First of all, there's a teleporter, but it's not where you think it is. And you can teleport to everywhere you want to go, almost, except outlaw stations. But you can go to your ship, to everywhere you like. There is back room on both sides, and you might find stuff. I mean, sometimes there's something good, sometimes there's not. It's like everything else in the game is drop the lock. So, got a little bit from this side. What is still on the other side? Hard to say. However, there is a train station on this side. And it's actually selling things. Nothing looks interesting, but you can sell things. And those droplets I bought, they are giving me millions back, so good investment. That was a good investment. That was a good investment.
Received.
So I actually got something out of it. This is no, wrong way. There is a back room on this side as well. Which is a hydroponic bay, and you can farm a little bit in here, but it is minimal what you get out of that, I think. So back to the mission. I'm better off just to go for it. So it is down somewhere there. So just so I don't get any bad surprises. So I will be looking for a monolith of some sort, which gives me a task. Don't see anything straight ahead, so we will go and see if we can land. It's not always it marks a place which is actually landable, so it's some very hot, and it tends to be quite long distances you need to run. 1200 that way, and I am just doing as I must. Oh yeah, the sentinels here. Are they dangerous? I have no clue. But in general, as long as you don't provoke them, you're actually okay. Only getting roughly a third of the way off. To get as far as possible without encountering the bad weather. Sorry, my voice is a little bit rusty today. I do not know why. It's not like I have been talking a lot. So we need the impossible membrane. So I need, fuck. Where do I get living water? Logic eye, I know where to get living water. Help? Let's see how that pans out. These missions should not be overly difficult, however, I am not sure. Let's take one thing at a time. Slowly out in the water there. Break. Can't land on water, so need to make sure my water protection is up as well.
Technology recharge.
Okay. honest, for spinner. They are quite tricky. I'm lying. So this is probably saying hello world as well, yeah. So this is like the abandoned buildings on land where there is whispering eggs, and then when you take them, then what was that? When you take them, you get horrors. Then you have other types of horrors in water, but yeah. So seek living water in deep space. That I am not quite sure how that pans out, but so let's see how that kind of accumulate. Prefer to keep them next to each other, to be honest. Then I know where they are. So I should theoretically go to space then, and look for what we need. At the space station. Okay. How does living water actually look like? Okay. Okay. Yeah, where was that? That was not there. It was there. Why am I so hasty? That is not really necessary to be. So, we've done what we were asked to do. So a fragile shell, it has to mature in 22 hours, so it's going to get more than that, so that is absolutely fine. So that was the third mission done, and we are off to continue our adventures in space. So next one, we have some missions to hand in, so that's okay. This is a system at war. I'm not quite sure what these actually means, because I don't ever seem to be caught up in war action in any way, so they might be at war and something might be going on, but it's not in our visibility, I would say. I might be wrong, but if I'm wrong, please let me know. It's a coax system. And it's a C1. It looks like there is a peace conference going on. Is that it? Seems a little bit different. So, can we sell anything here? Yeah, we can. Circuits, welding up, iron capacitor. So yeah, we got a little bit trade done, always good. Every time I sell something in green numbers, I earn money. Sometimes quite a bit, sometimes not so much at all, but it's always a gain. And I mean, for me it's just interesting to see where I actually can get with it more than anything else. It's not for becoming rich or anything, it's just for my own kind of curiosity. Can I, and what can I? Can I reach the magical 4 billion? Yeah, I have no doubt I can. What happens when I do that? I don't know yet. I don't have plans that far. Hello there, welcome to. It's always nice to see new faces. Getting very close with the languages, and I am actually curious what happened when you fill them up. It should give you a milestone, but I'm not sure whether it does. Nothing there. Well, I don't know if there's any hidden words which is not shown. That's another thing. I don't know whether I have ever had them before. That's one thing I can't remember, but it might also have changed because all the registration of things have changed with the last 3-4 updates, so there might be some changes. Okay, there is something I can use. Free storage, that is always good. So I would say if there's any lurking questions or comments, please feel free. If anyone needs a little bit of help with the game or have questions, I'm very happy to try to answer it. It's even giving me coordinates for that. That's kind of interesting. I do not mind when it's a little bit easy. So, straight ahead. Desolate planet, then it can be anything. Well, let's see. That might not be something I like. Don't you try to eat me. That way, okay. I'm not sure I like this planet, but it's kind of one of the... I'm actually breaking one of my own rules here. I should never shoot something I haven't scanned. But when I'm being sent somewhere, then I better follow that. There's some sort of building. That might be an abandoned building, then it is as I hoped. Of course, that makes it a little bit easier. So before I do anything with the infestation, I'm going in and getting slimed by something. Where is it? There. Twice. That is well done. Well done me. Oh, there's always a little bit to pick up in abandoned buildings. Just be careful what's hanging from the ceiling. It might harm your heart, give you a heart attack or other things, but normally they don't kill you. So these, in the beginning there's a storyline hidden in these, but eventually that runs out and you only get the hello world thingies. But they always give you some nanites, and if you just started the game you can actually take it several times. And I don't know if it's a bug or it's on purpose, but I mean in the beginning of the game it's actually not too bad to get some extra nanites, so you can start upgrading your equipment to a better level. So if you are new to the game or relatively new save and you didn't know it, then you can actually choose to take multiple nanites that way. So I need to kill some of those. And I'm just using the bowcaster today because I actually don't need higher firepower, and I find that is a little bit easier to kill them when they are running around. Some of the other weapon types is a little bit tricky when the target is running. And I will say I don't like these. It is not my favorite animals on any planet. When I started playing, they managed to kill me a couple of times because I had no clue that they were actually quite difficult to kill. I do not pick up the larval core from the Whispering Eggs. Because I don't need to do it, but if anyone wants to see how you do it safely, feel free to ask me in chat and I will actually do it. That's how I am. Where did he come from? I don't chase the landed pilots. I find, well, I scan their ships normally, and if they're not interesting, I actually just leave them alone. I had a long period where I actually had trouble finding the pilot. I could find the ship, and it said the pilot was nearby, but I could never contact them because they seemed to be standing under the ship somewhere. So my ship is down there. Oh, that one I know. It's a horrible one. If you encounter these on planets, they are very often predators. I will say they are not always predators, but sometimes they are very strong. So if you see them, be careful. Did I land in someone's nest or something? Because I don't think those which attacked me first was actually predators, but I'm not sure. Sorry, I need to